Hi, everybody. Welcome to Rewrite, Rewrite, Rewrite till it's right. Lots of rewriting. Hi, everybody, too. Hi, everyone online as well. Thanks for joining us. Wow, thanks for being here today. So I feel like we made it pretty clear what this is all about, rewriting. And I feel like it is definitely the hardest, most difficult part of the writing process. But I feel like, I'm not a professional. I do this, though, a lot. But I feel like if you get rewriting right, it can make a song that much better. And so I'm here today with my very good friends. Over here on my right, Michael Fatkin, behind the computer. Very, very amazing. And Josh Grimmett, who is from London and doing incredible things. Maybe I'll just start quickly. I'm going to come back and sit back over here. Does this feel okay? Do we feel far away, or are we okay? Okay. Maybe we'll start just quickly. And Fatty, maybe you can just tell us a little bit about what you do, just so people have a little bit of an understanding.
Grew up in Hillsong Church, and I've always loved music. My dad was a songwriter and played in bands back in the day, and grew up with him playing in church. So that's really where I learned music for me. Played a lot of piano, used to lead worship in youth, and love songwriting. And I think songwriting for me, and especially production, I've just been fortunate enough to find something that I loved and get some opportunities in the industry. So these days I do a lot of pop, country, R&B, trap, as well as projects with church, writing with these guys.
So good. What about you, Josh?
Hello. I have a slightly different accent, firstly, so that's good. I've been part of our church in London for 6 years now, just about 6 years. I'm on staff there. I work. I do a whole bunch of creative stuff, and I'm one of the kind of key worship leaders, I guess you would say. And but outside of that, I kind of have this dual life where I also write a lot of music for the charts and for other kind of artists and for.
You're being very humble, but he has anyone heard this song? You know, the da 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 da. That's this guy. That's his voice. So very, very good, insane. And
Thanks, Aodhan.
Yeah. I'm surprised when you were. I don't know if you heard the song, but it has that part. Just quickly. What if it's? And funny that in the rewriting process you didn't take that out. Smart move.
Well, I thought about it when you didn't take my ideas. I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding.
But these guys are both very, very talented, and I feel like this whole subject right now that we're talking about, and we'll dive into it in a second, is very close to, I guess, our heart, or not even close to our heart, but is very much our reality at the moment, because Josh is over here for this conference, but you've also been here for the last month. We're writing for the next Young and Free record, and we're in the stage now where it's the refining part of the stage. So you came over a month ago, and we had the best time because we were writing, and it was fun, it was creative, we were throwing paint at the wall, and now we're cleaning up the paint, and it's not as fun. So, and it never is, but it is rewarding. So I feel like the way we were going to do this is, I feel like this could be the best way is, I wrote a song with Ben Hastings and Ben Tan the other day, and we love it. It's cool. It's kind of for this Young and Free project, but we're there's something off about it and we can't figure it out. And one of the first things that I like to do in the rewrite or refining stage of songwriting is to bring the song to people with fresh ears, get their feedback, figure out what it is that's working, what's not working. And so we're going to do that. We're going to play this song. These guys literally, I think you just heard it maybe, what?
Just do a phone speaker quickly.
Yeah, 5 minutes ago. So we'll play it, you guys can all hear it, and then we're going to look at maybe seeing what we can do to make the song better. Is that cool? Very cool. All right. How are we going to do this? Can we play it through your laptop? I texted it to you.
I think I put my phone down. Actually, does someone have it on a phone we can play and hold it to a mic?
Yeah. Okay, I got it on my phone. This will work. Okay. Vulnerable times. Okay.
When you open up your voice memos as a songwriter, that is vulnerable.
Oh my goodness, it's so vulnerable.
Sat on the bus. I got this sick idea, guys. Yeah. This is useless.
Okay, it's good. Have you guys ever played that? What is it? Voice memo roulette, where you just it's the worst.
Should we do it now? No.
No, maybe we can get there. We could get there. All right. So this is this song, okay? All right.
You saw me coming
Did you hear that?
a million miles from where I should have been. You came in running. You didn't even ask me where I've been. And oh, you saved me from myself, oh God. I know I finally seen out what I never saw. I have nothing if I don't have you. I have everything 'cause now I do. I've already drawn the line. I left everything behind just to follow you, follow you. Cause you gave me freedom. You gave your life before I gave you mine. And I don't need another reason. That's enough to praise you all my life. Oh, you saved me from myself, oh God. And I know I finally see now what I never saw. I have nothing if I don't have you. I have everything 'cause now I do, yeah. I've already drawn the line. I left everything behind just to follow you. But I have nothing if I don't have you.
I feel that's enough. It feels confused,
I
doesn't
really
it?
like that. The chorus. I have nothing if I don't. That's hooky. Yeah. I vibe that.
Okay, so don't rewrite it, or
Do you think it feels like very happy?
there's something about it that I feel feels confused, and I can't work. I feel that maybe I'm a bit too close to it.
Nothing ever. Yeah, I was kind of hearing like maybe if it moved away from the one chord in the chorus, it would be like, I don't know, cool. Oh, that's loud.
That's cool.
Yeah. I'd get away from the one maybe.
Get away from the one.
That wasn't to interrupt. I forgot I had the mic. Sorry. I reckon that, like what you're saying about the disconnect, like the first thing I think is obviously the drops come in and it's like, whoa, whiplash moment. And we drop into like, you know, the Casio keyboard demo. And like, I think the first thing I say about rewriting is just to be really honest. No, I'm kidding. I think it would be sick if there's something that links the like, if I don't have you, like over the drop. Yeah. And because it's on a U, like, it would be sick to have like a, nothing if I don't have you. Oh, you could. It's an open vowel sound. You, I'm nothing if I don't have you. Oh, nothing if I.
Yeah, that's sick.
You. So you can
Voice
sing
sounds
over the
so
drop.
good. I love your voice, bro.
Oh, stop.
So good. Maybe sometimes all you need to rewrite a song is just a better vocal. I was cutting myself. That was at me. That's sick though. I feel like, yeah, okay. Because the problem that we had when we were writing it was that we couldn't figure out just so you know, we're gonna like dive into this whole writing thing right now. So we'll do questions at the end and stuff, but maybe we're just gonna do this, and so you guys can just figure out. We'll kind of explain along the way. Yeah, I think the problem I had when we were doing it was the drop. I felt like we couldn't ever nail the drop, and the drop did feel disconnected from the rest of the song. So I don't know. I feel like we just do it sick.
I think the other thing is like, because it's got the pulsey dun 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 dun,
Yeah.
dun, but then when you come into that chorus, it loses all of the rhythm. So then also when you're coming into a drop, Fatkin, like it's like, oh my goodness, all this rhythm's come back in. If you can do like the pulsing bass, but then you just take the drums out in the chorus, so you still have the dun 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 dun, and it feels like, oh, there's this thing that's going the whole way that makes me feel at home. You just bring the drums in and out.
Totally.
Whereas at the moment it drops out down to this like ethereal pad thing.
Yeah, sick.
I think that'll help as well.
Should we try sing some stuff in?
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to make the track.
30 seconds.
You should have one of the mics that comes around like this.
Brittany Mike.
What do you think about the theme?
I probably need to look at the lyrics again.
Yeah. So it's, I have nothing if I don't have you, but I have everything, because now I do. I've already drawn the line. I've left everything behind just to follow you.
Yeah, I think it's sick. What's the song called?
Well, that's the thing. Right now it's nothing without you, but I don't feel like that's...
Right.
Because the tag at the moment is to follow you, but that feels a little bit like said.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah. No, I'm with you.
But I wonder, like, I like the idea of like the
Well, you could bring it back at the end. I have everything and I have nothing if I don't have you. Like land back the chorus as well, back on that thing.
Yeah, sick. Usually one of the things that we try to do is, if it's a song like this, we will have the tag of the song, or the part that the hook usually is the title. And I feel like one of the things that really helps, and actually I feel bring the song identity, is to, if you have a title in mind, is to place the title in the point of the song, I guess the climax of the song, that everything is anchored around. And so theme-wise with this song, we kind of went for the idea that, we have nothing without God. This is a worship song, by the way. Obviously, you can approach this differently, but for us, we were kind of going along the lines of, that when you don't have God, you have nothing, but with God, you have everything you need. And it's a simple theme, I guess, but I think the problem that maybe made this song feel weak initially, now looking back, is the fact that the tag, or the part that goes into the drop, is saying follow you, which is almost irrelevant to the theme of the song. So if we could find a way to bring back the title, if the song was, let's just call, for this purpose of getting this done in 45 minutes, we'll call the song Nothing Without You.
Yeah.
Or Without You, because that feels tighter.
Yeah.
Without You.
Yeah.
All right.
Want to sing it in?
Yeah. Do you want to sing in what you're hearing, the tag at the back? I can send you the lyrics.
Yeah, that'd be useful. Thank you. This is a preference thing. I really like getting stuff in, and then everyone can hear it in the room with whoever you're writing with, and then all the things that feel weird, you can kind of like, oh, we'll change that, oh, let's change that, rather than just kind of keep humming it to yourself, and everyone's in their own zone. It brings it into the space where like we're all working on it together, rather than three separate people coexisting, working on things that by themselves. Cool. Don't judge my singing, guys.
I think one thing for me that has always been really helpful when rewriting or figuring things out has been the idea of just bringing new people in. And I guess that's what this is. These guys haven't heard it, but especially for Young and Free, I think I guess it's a collective. It's not something that's just my own. And I've learned to be very open-handed, and I think we all have, with our ideas. because I think that's pretty scary. I think, I don't know about you, but I'm pretty precious about my songs, and especially if it's something that's really meaningful. The last thing you want to do is bring someone else in that perhaps might not get the vision like you do. But I think if you have an openness to listening to what other people think is better, I think it can go a long way. So I'm sure, Josh, you're gonna make this so much better. No pressure, bro.
You don't have to keep it either.
What?
You don't have to go with it either.
No. Okay, I'm writing these lyrics for you. Hold on, sorry.
Thank you. Time for one question while Aodhan types this out.
This is for everybody, but particularly with Young and Free. When you guys are writing, do you try and follow genres that are popular in, say, electronic music in the mainstream at the time, or do you try and find what's coming next, or just write whatever's in your heart?
I think it's probably a combination of all three. I think we like to remain, I guess, current. Sorry, that's and then I guess finding that way to, yeah. But I think the awesome thing about Young and Free, and I think that we have, is the collectiveness of it. So it's kind of like, Josh loves house music and UK, kind of the whole UK dance scene, incredible dancer. And but I lean more into stuff like, I don't know, Bon Iver or Coldplay or whatever. And Young and Free has become this, almost like this smoothie of all these different influences. And I don't know, I think for us, what drives us is doing the new thing. So whatever that looks like. And I think that helps the creativity to keep going. And then references are used, I guess, to almost validate what we're doing, as opposed to drive the creative process, if that makes sense. Yeah. So I think you can learn a lot. I think what we do, and what Fatkin's actually amazing at, is before you write it with Fatkin, he always brings up a song as a reference to go, like, this is what I love about this song. It doesn't have to be the whole song. It could be a particular hook or chord progression or, a theme, or the way that, the song feels in general, just to keep you on track. So, yeah.
Ready?
Does that make sense, Josh?
Yeah. I took a photo of it and it's loaded it upside down. So. Oh. Sorry, I got two mics now. This is a bit...
Oh, yeah, you can't.
Can they hear? Oh, they can't hear through that, hey?
Can you?
Only once it's recorded.
Do you want me to hold your microphone up to you?
That's all good.
Okay.
So I'm looking at the lyrics now as well, and I can see, like, I have nothing if I don't have you, but I have everything because now I do. That second line, to me, feels slightly convoluted because it's a bit like a backwards way of saying it.
Yeah.
So once we're rewriting, we'll start to look at, like, is there a way we can say it that's, like, the clearest form of saying that sentiment?
Yeah.
Cool.
Any ideas?
Haha. Yes. Let me get the ending in first.
Sick.
Love it.
Something like that to give it a bit of a lift over the drop.
What's that?
Something so you've got a bit of a lift over the drop.
Yeah, perfect.
And we can sing something and we're not just church dancing.
Yeah, church dance.
You do it. You know the dancing where your feet don't really leave the floor. Look at all those presets that make me sound good. Hopefully. Let me get the ending of
I have nothing if I don't have you.
I have everything I can, I do. I've already drawn the line, I've left everything behind. I have nothing if I don't have you. I have nothing if I don't have you. Building, I have everything, 'cause now I do. I've already drawn the line, I left everything behind. I have nothing if I don't have you. Oh, I have nothing if I don't have you. Oh, I have nothing if I don't have you.
Sound great.
Do you want me to say that?
Yeah.
I was just saying that all the melodies currently are descending. I have nothing if I don't. So it could be cool if we put something in at the end. Aodhan, I think I sang it wrong. Sorry.
Yes, slightly.
Nah.
But you did a great job.
Thank you.
Yeah. No, because the melody is, and I have nothing if I don't have you, but I have everything 'cause now I do. And I've already drawn the line. I left everything behind. I have nothing if I don't have you. Like,
Yeah. I do. But even then, to me, that still descends. So like, I'm gonna sing it down. I have nothing if I don't have you. I have everything is now I do. It's just some, I don't know.
yeah.
That's a personal preference
sick.
thing, though.
You want to do it?
Yeah, I have nothing if I. We can keep the range as well. So I have nothing if I don't have you. I have everything and now I do. So you keep it within that 5.
Yeah. Sick.
Shouldn't have sat back down. Sorry.
This is the chorus, yeah?
Wait, what I might mention is, I guess why we're even rewriting it is because we want to make it, I guess, work in church, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and I think knowing what the context for the song is actually helps you realize what you want to rewrite. So for me, what I think one of the biggest things that we always kind of come back to when we're rewriting, so for us, we're primarily, well, for me anyway, you write for a lot of things, and I guess that would change your approach when rewriting. But when for church, we're always rewriting in an attempt to make the song as, I guess, catchy as it needs to be, as lyrically strong. So I guess the theology to be as tight as possible, which is, we can come back to that. But we're trying to make these songs feel like congregational in a sense. And so sometimes the finessing, you might not actually want to do some of these things if you're writing for a pop song or for another context, right?
Yeah, I think that there's some really weird things that cross over between church and pop. I obviously have approached pop from like a church standpoint. So I've taken a lot of the things which I've learned in church and applied it into what I do in that world. So like Ruben taught me that you want to have your melody like within, a couple of semitones so that it's really easy to sing. And I have a really low voice. So if the range is anything more than kind of like 6 semitones, I actually really struggle to sing it. I think that translates to a lot of men generally. So things like that. The other thing is for me, normally writing outside of church, I'm writing songs that are going to countries that don't speak English as well as English. So like I need to write a lyric that somebody in Italy is going to hear in English and understand. So like, for example, we've just put a song out that says, I need your love. Because whether I'm in Spain or whatever, if I have even the smallest amount of English, I understand I need your love. So I think that's where the two worlds align, because it's like, I want the simplest version of the song lyrically and melodically so that I can hear it once, get it, and be able to sing it back to you.
Totally. So it is, rewriting is, I guess, it changes depending on what you're actually trying to achieve.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I feel like one of the things that's hard about rewriting is it often means sometimes letting go of the thing that maybe sets the song in some way. Like there's a song at the moment that Fatty and I are writing called, it's a worship song we have, but it's really rangy in this one particular point. But I love I love that it's that way. Like I love the melody, but it's making the song like not work. And so I feel like we're gonna have to cut that part of the melody in order to make this song work. And so yeah, I feel like rewriting is hard in a lot of ways, and sometimes it means letting go of what you love.
Ready?
Yeah. I am nothing if I don't have you, but I have everything 'cause now I do. I've already drawn the line. I left everything behind. And then you can copy the other one. Sorry. I'm trying to think it through while I'm singing it. Do you want to sing it again?
So it's I've nothing if I don't have you, but I have everything 'cause now I do. I don't know if that's too pokey though. I don't know. Now I do.
I think it's cool. Let's do it.
Okay.
I do. I have nothing if I don't have you, but I have everything 'cause now I do. I've already drawn the line. I left everything behind. I have nothing if I don't have you. You can.
Put it in? That's cool.
I was kind of imagining maybe on a drop kind of section.
Oh yeah.
Like maybe when the chorus is finished. Oh. Do you mind getting rid of Josh's vocal just for that second? Just because I can't remember. What did I do? Oh.
Yeah, you can chuck it in here.
Yeah, cool. Oh. Oh.
Boom.
Oh.
One, two, I think that's what you sang the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, maybe a bit later.
Behind, I have nothing if I don't have you.
I don't have you. Oh.
I have nothing.
That's pretty cool.
Behind, I have nothing if I don't have you. I have nothing if I don't have you. Building, I have everything 'cause now I do. I've already drawn the line. I left everything behind. I have nothing if I don't have you. I have nothing if I don't have you.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. Cool. Great. Well done. Okay, cool. Should we look at the verses?
Yep.
Did you want to sing in?
Yeah, I'll sing in the verses.
I'll just give you some.
I'll sing in what it is, and then if we can just figure out what you like more.
Yeah, sick. I'll even play what we have now for the end of the chorus so you get a vibe.
We're doing a great job.
It's only coming a million miles from where I should have been. You didn't and oh, you saved me from myself, oh God. I know I finally see now what I never saw. I have nothing if I don't have you. I have everything 'cause now I do. I've drawn the line. I left everything behind.
What was the tag again? Sorry. I forgot the tag. I have everything 'cause now.
If the vibe's there and we're working on a verse, I'll always just let it go because you never know like what's gonna happen. You might get the whole song in one hit.
Maybe.
Get the whole hit in one hit.
Did you want to catch that? Try that chorus again.
Yep.
Sorry.
I'm nothing if I don't have you. I have everything 'cause now I do. I left everything behind. I am nothing if I don't have you. Oh, 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 oh.
Sick.
I don't know. Maybe you can make something work of that. Is this helping at all? Do you have any questions as we go? Anything? Oh, there's a lot of questions. Okay, maybe we'll do 2 questions and then we'll keep going. This guy over here, yes.
Just had an idea with, it's Josh, eh?
Yes.
How you were doing the do going up at the end. Can you combine that with what you were doing? 'Cause now I do
Oh, a little run.
something.
Yeah,
So
you
we're
wanna,
talking about how
do you want to come and
everything's
sing it?
going- Hell no.
Yeah, bro, you just
You're
sung it. Come
talking-
up. Just sing it.
For real.
Come. Up you get. What's your name? Hi, Ben. Nice to meet you. This is my friend Josh.
Nice to meet you, Ben.
Batty over here. All right.
These are for you, Ben.
Do you, I have nothing. Yeah, where's the, have you got the lyrics? So,
Sorry, it's upside down for some reason.
okay, and then the last line. Right.
Sorry, I'm not used to this phone.
Okay, and then the last line, the tag is that same as the first line. You're going to do a great job, man.
Got it.
You got it. You got it.
I have nothing if I don't have you. But I have everything 'cause now I do. Oh, I have nothing if I don't have you. But I have everything 'cause now I do. Oh,
Well done. Great work. Love it. Yeah, so there was the back of the melody of the chorus with the run up. Is that what you were saying? Yeah. Okay, cool.
The other thing which I spotted when you sung it through, I'm sorry, I don't have the verse lyrics written down here. There's 3 words on the end of the verse that are like quite flowy, and I felt could be like stabby. Have you got it, Fatkin? The end of the verse. Sorry. Can you just run us through the verse? Fatkin has the hardest job because he has to keep up and be ready at any time.
But he's also the fastest
Yeah.
person I've ever seen in my life.
Nobody works this quick. There. I was coming a million miles from where I should have been.
Oh, yeah.
So be more like deliberate about.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah. You want to do that?
Yeah.
You got it?
Do you have the lyrics for that part?
No. Just make them up as you go. You saw me coming a million miles from where I should have been. It's not really great. I would actually change all those lyrics. Oh, this is a rewriting thing that I would do. But this was kind of like trying to create a story. Yeah. So,
Cool.
Yeah, you got it. You might write something better.
You saw me coming. Wait, can we go again? You saw me coming a Whatever it is.
That's cool.
It's deliberate.
Yeah, it feels way better.
Nice.
You saw coming a million miles from where I should have been.
Yeah. Because when it's got a kick in as well, that'll it bounces off the.
What's it
A
do?
million miles from where I should have been.
Yeah, perfect.
You got a bit of swag when you sing it. Yeah.
I saw another question on the screen from online, and it said, how many songwriters is too many? How many is too many? I don't know. I feel like what we've been doing these writing retreats for the last couple of weeks, and we've been doing 3 writers in a room, so it'd usually be like a producer type person, someone who's engineering and producing, and then 2 writers. So it's been usually like it'd be Fatkin, Josh, and I say. But then we've done a few sessions where it's been, we did a session of 8 people the other night, and it was actually amazing because we were trying to write a praise song, an up song for Young and Free, and it was like the vibe was really good. So I don't know how many is too many. I think 8 was almost too many. Probably was too many. I don't know. What do you think?
I think it's actually 2 questions. I think if you're asking how many is too many writers in a room versus how many is too many writers on a song, they're 2 questions.
That's true.
I think in the room, my personal preference, I think like 4 people is enough in a room, because you want it to be small enough that everyone's ideas can be heard and adding in, and no one feels left out. Because if you go beyond that, then somebody's not going to feel like valued and like their ideas are making it in. But then how many writers on a track is a completely different question, because then you could take that song into another room with 3 people in to work on lyrics, or Fatkin could bring it in and.
Well, this song right now has 5 writers on the song.
Yeah.
And so I think one thing that using someone like Fatkin is amazing for is we said when we did do the session of 8 people, everyone kind of had a go on the mic. So we had put down some chords and people had a go on the mic, was singing a bunch of things, and then Fatkin was the one that then decided, okay, let's move this part of the melody as a verse, and this is going to work here. And so then at that point, it was kind of like he, honed in on what was happening. So, yeah.
Also, one thing to be aware of, if you're writing outside of the church context, writers get added in left, right, and center, because if an artist takes a track, they'll be added in as a writer. If the artist is a group and there's 4 of them, there's another 4 writers. Yeah, so there's all kinds of things in that side of it.
Yeah. Cool. So where are we at, Fatty?
We just buy.
I've started piecing together a bit of an arrangement.
Okay.
We could start with the chorus. I've got at the moment the verse at the front, then pre. And was looking at then maybe 1 chorus drop, 2 chorus drop. So I guess we should listen and see what makes sense.
Yeah.
Sick. That's the sick sound.
You saw me coming, a million miles from where I should have been. You saw my loving.
Mother rhythm.
And oh,
Is that this part?
you say
Do you like this part?
myself, oh God, I know. I finally see that what I never saw.
Now would probably be the chorus there, I guess.
Yeah.
Nothing if I don't have you. Loaded that I have everything, 'cause now I do. I already drawn the line. I left everything behind. I have nothing if I don't have you. I have nothing if I don't have you.
I don't not like the double chorus though. Like kind of the chorus down and the chorus up is cool. What do you guys think?
It could even work with a chorus on the drop.
Yeah, so are you imagining like another part behind the chorus?
Have you. Like a full chorus over this first drop.
Without the As well as the O? Or
No, instead of it.
Alright.
What's the the O that I did just before?
Yeah. Oh, that was over here. Well, maybe we could try into that.
Yeah, I was wondering if you did like how you do your little on it.
Yeah.
The chords actually have made the biggest difference to this song.
Don't have you. Oh,
That's so sick with nothing underneath it as well.
What's that?
Nothing. Oh, you can play it in a sec.
This part here?
Yeah.
I'm nothing if I don't have you.
That's really cool.
Yeah, when you
Perhaps that could be the first one.
Don't have you. Oh,
Is that in the right key?
I don't know. Is that good enough?
Yeah, we'll make it work.
You'll make it work. All right. Okay. Any more questions in the room? Okay. Let's do you right here. Yes. I think there's a mic coming over to you.
So this is for everybody. I noticed that the session right now, you're focusing on kind of like the vibe and the sound, but you mentioned something earlier about not being sure of the second line, and I wanted to ask, how is the editing like for lyrics? Like, for example, you talked about like you had an intention, somebody else has another intention. How does that mesh,
Yeah, I think I think we should actually get to the lyric in a second. But usually, one thing that you've done amazingly on this trip has been just writing the lyrics on the spot as you go. I guess that's kind of normal for most people, but for us, with what we do, usually we've focused in the past a lot on the vibe, and then have come back to the lyrics, like getting the melodies out, getting what we want the feeling to be out first, and then coming back to the lyrics. But that kind of has been quite hard. And so I think one thing that really helps is the conversation, talking about, okay, what do we want this song to be about? And then going through the lyrics bit by bit.
I think that's a question that we have in the audience also, because, sorry if I'm adding,
Yeah.
what is this particular song's intention? Because you talked about it earlier when we started, it's like, it sounds confused.
Yeah.
So maybe, I don't know, if the conversation in the room entering with lyrics is, what was the intention of the lyrics about to begin with for this one?
Yeah. The confusion for me was mostly the vibe, was what it was trying to be. And so in the so I guess this song was written for the context of Young and Free and being a praise song, an up song that we could bring to church. And so I think one of the things that when we first wrote it, identified was that it was really cool, but we'd kind of come to the end of our rope on it because we weren't sure where else to go, what to go with it. And so I felt like this was the song to bring to this, to get these guys who have, I guess, a fresh ear to the song, to try and get the, get the vibe right. I don't know. I felt like it was confused. That drop was weird. I don't know.
Yeah. I think the vibe of the lyrics is like, well, from what I can, I've heard it as many times as you guys. But I think the energy, like from where I'm sat, it's like, okay, I have nothing if I don't have you is the thing. It's the theme of the song.
Yeah.
So now in the rewriting of the lyrics, I guess we'll go through now and we'll make sure that every line in some way tells the story for me or for Aodhan or for hopefully everybody of, okay, this was my journey to realizing I have nothing if I don't have you, God, and in a way that's relatable to everyone.
Yeah. I think what's always been an approach, what's helped me with writing lyrics for a song is identifying the theme as quickly as possible, usually right from the top. I think when we would come into a session, Josh and I would talk about, hey, what do we want to write? What's this song about? And then go, okay, this is what, I've been thinking about, or this is what God's been speaking to me about, or whatever it is that gets you to the theme. And so for this song, I would say, I have nothing if I don't have you would be the premise of the song. And so the chorus, I would say, is like, this helps me, so I don't know if it will help you, but I would go, the chorus is the top. So let's use, I always use this example, but fast food, right? The chorus is fast food, but then the verses is McDonald's, Burger King, KFC. They're all the things under the umbrella. And so you're kind of just generalizing the theme in the chorus, and you're
Being more specific.
being more specific in the verses. So that helps us. Yeah. Perfect.
Is it okay if I give a suggestion?
Yeah,
I've
go.
been listening in the audience, and like you mentioned, you didn't like the second line of the chorus, or you weren't sure about it. And when I was listening to you guys do it over and over, it seems like you guys are instinctively repeating, "I have nothing if I don't have you." I felt like if you just repeated that instead, because it's also a good preaching moment to young people to kind of drive it into their heads to say, "I have nothing if I don't have you. I have nothing if I don't have you," because
Yeah, the repetition.
yeah, that one, and then because
Yeah.
you say everything else already, I've already drawn the line. I have to have everything behind. That's a good declaration to God. Like, I'm leaving everything because I have nothing if I don't have you. So that's
Yeah.
just me. I'm sorry.
That's awesome. You're great. Thank you so much. That's amazing. Yeah. What do you think?
I think, I don't know. We were talking actually the other day about like the rewriting of lyrics and how our processes are really different. Like
Yeah.
because of the nature of what I do, I have to often get the song done in like 5 hours, because I'm right with somebody who I'll probably never meet again. Like they'll be in London for a day and we're in the session, so we have 5 hours to do a whole song, recorded, lyricked, demoed. And so my process is really like backwards to what the process that I'm kind of stepped into with these guys.
Yeah.
I'll write a whole lyric and a whole song, even if it's not the done lyric. Every section has a lyric. And then I get it on my phone, and I listen like over and over and over obsessively. And every time something is annoying me, I'll just sit and think about it until I've got like a replacement for that line. And then finally, in my head, the whole song is done. Or I'm doing it with other people. It depends like what it is. But I'll come into the session, I'll go, okay, these are all the lines that are annoying me in the song that I don't like.
Yeah.
Let's change these.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. No, it's really good. Josh and I have had the funniest couple of weeks because we've been not butting heads, but we've been like grinding at lyrics, and he's like, "This is not how I do this." So, thank you, love you.
I've learned so much.
I've learned so much from you.
Oh, this is a moment. Thanks for being part of it.
Okay. Let's have a listen, and then let's dive into the lyric.
Yeah.
We have 11 minutes left, so let's try and do the lyrics in 6 minutes. Questions for 5.
You saw me coming. A million miles to where I should have
I'll grab my phone.
You saw my loving.
Mother rhythm.
Oh, you saved me from myself, oh God. I know I finally seen what I never saw. Don't have.
I missed it.
I was just about to say, "Oh God" sticks out to me, that it feels like it's missing a syllable. So like the O is, I'll say lazy for the purposes of, but as in like, "Oh God," if there's a word which has 2 syllables that says the same thing, it'll be sick.
I have nothing if
Like-
I don't have you. Know that I have everything is now.
Oh, you save me from myself again, for example.
I have nothing if I don't have you. Oh, I have nothing if I don't have you. Oh,
Cool.
I have nothing if I don't have you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so we'll start at the chorus. Do you want to start at the chorus?
Yeah.
So, Fatty, do you have like a little notes thing on your computer? I know you're working on the track, but maybe we can just pop it up. So we'll start on the chorus. So the point you made, I think repetition is actually really important, and I actually avoid repetition by accident all the time. But I think for this particular song, Josh and I were just saying, it may not work as well to repeat it just because it's also the tagline at the end, and so it would become tired. That's not to say that you can't do it, because I think repetition, most songs would repeat itself almost 4 times. You know, what's the song? What's the you're never gonna let me down. You're never gonna let, which is a great example of how repetition can work. But I think for this particular song, it may get tired. I mean,
and I think it works with like thematically as well. Like that, you don't want to say I too much because the focus is actually on the you. Yeah. But in terms of like the sound, I have nothing if I don't, like the stress is on the I. Yeah. So if we keep stressing the I, then subconsciously your focus is on yourself rather than on God. I don't know. That makes sense in my head.
That's great. Okay, so actually we'll start from the top. Cool. Because then we can get there. So right now, the lyric I have, I'm going to play it. Sorry? Okay, you type. All right, so is this helpful at all? Okay, I'm glad. Okay. Let me pull this up.
You saw me coming 1,000,000 miles from where I should have been. You came in running. You didn't even ask me where I've been. And oh, you saved me from myself, oh God. I know I finally see now what I never saw. I have nothing if I don't have you.
Cool. So straight away what I notice about what's wrong with that lyric is nothing's wrong with it, I guess, but for the context of singing this in church, I feel like perhaps it's a bit fluffy, like not to the point. Yeah. It's a bit too, I don't know, almost eye-focused, like you're saying, but then also it's saying the same thing over and over in different ways. And I feel like, maybe perhaps we could be a bit more direct.
Yeah, so you saw me coming 1,000,000 miles from where I should have been. Love that. Epic. You came in running. You didn't even ask me where I've been.
Yeah, that feels a bit colloquial.
Yeah, so what you could say, like, I guess that there you could bring in something that God's done. So he's coming running. Like, you love me first before. Like, you love me even though you know where I've been. That kind of feeling.
Yeah.
So you take it back to love rather than he didn't ask you.
So... You saw me coming 1,000,000 miles from where I should have been. You came in running. You love me way before. You love me.
Oh, like grace.
You loved before I even. You loved before.
You love me even in my wandering.
You love me even in my wandering. That's pretty cool. And I feel like that feels on point, I guess, with the whole running and coming thing. Yeah. 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 Yeah, for sure. Well, I think the verse journey that we're kind of going for, I guess we haven't even got there because we don't know, is this idea of, well, I don't know about you, but the way I kind of feel it is like almost being like the moment of salvation. So painting the picture of salvation, like, or not knowing what God had done and then coming, I guess, into his love or into his grace, and then coming to a realization of, geez, I actually have nothing if I don't have you. But yeah, do you mean by possession or on the chorus, like?
everything if I do have you.
Yeah.
And I know that's backwards. I'm not suggesting any particular lyrics.
Yeah. No, it's good. This is really, it's great.
But I think where it's all gone is there's a lot, the running the million miles away. I'd love to. I'm sort of seeing something where there's a reaching and a point of contact, which is what you're kind of describing.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, let's have a look on. You could even do. You saw me coming a million miles from where I should have been. You reached towards me and loved me even in my wandering.
Yeah, even reach for me or reach towards me. Yeah.
Yeah, that could be good.
Let's go.
So was that you reached towards me or you reached for me?
Miles where I should have been. Yeah. Yeah, reach towards me.
You reach towards, you stretch. You're reaching for me. You reach. Yeah.
I like the idea. I think it's a really good point. So I like the idea of God coming running because I think it completes the picture of the Bible story that you're a million miles, you're the son, like in the parable, and God runs towards you. What we do have, but we haven't stepped into yet, is the pre. So the pre could link us, like how you're saying, between this story of I'm lost and I'm running into this is my revelation.
Yeah.
I reckon we can use the pre.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So we have 2 minutes 58 seconds.
Oh my goodness.
So we'll quickly run through it. So we go, you saw me coming a million miles from where I should have been. Then maybe you reach towards me, let me in my wondering. Oh, I finally see now what I never saw. Oh, you.
Well, it's actually, you save me from myself, oh God. I know. I finally see now what I never saw.
I have nothing if. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. So I really like that second line in the pre. I feel like the first line is a little bit convoluted. So it's saying, oh, you save me from myself, oh God. Love the sentiment.
Yeah.
I just think we could say it sorry, I'm thinking out loud.
You're reaching, you show me grace that I've never seen.
Yeah, unless you're you give me grace and save me from myself. Only you could save me from myself.
Only you could save me from myself is pretty sick.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to sing this in, and then we'll listen back real quick with the minute and a half we have left.
I don't know if that throws the rhyme scheme off as well.
Well, we'll see. We'll see how we go.
Is this from the top?
Yeah.
You saw me coming a million miles from where I should have been. You reached towards me. You love me even in my wandering. And
what'd you say there? You love.
Only you can save me from myself.
only you can save me from myself. And I know I finally see now what I never saw.
Cool.
Sick.
All right, listen back real quick.
Ready to go to mastering.
You saw me coming a million million miles from where I should have been. You reach towards me. You love me even in my wandering. And only you can save me from myself. And I finally seen what I never saw.
I have nothing if I don't have you. Though then that I have everything, 'cause now I do. I already drawn the line. I left everything behind. I have nothing if I don't have you.
So good.
If I don't have you. I have nothing if I don't have you.
That's really cool. Awesome. It's actually pretty good. Great work. That was amazing. You're amazing. Okay, so we're finished now. We need to end, and you need to wrap up. Well, we need to wrap up, and you need to get to the next thing. But thank you so much for coming. Obviously, there's so many things that that if time was not so tight, we could probably change and edit a little bit. But hopefully, that just gives you a little bit of a preview into what could be done. And this book is amazing. You need to get this book. This is Amanda Ferguson, who helps us refine and recraft all our lyrics. So please, if you can, Songs of Heaven, pretty amazing. And that's it from us. Thanks so much for coming. Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.